Well, it was the kind of excursion that the next day one weeps. A hike to the bus. Shh. Went into a short nod. A heavenly, dreamless sleep composed of whiteness upon a white background. Subconscious and conscious linked in perfect and eternal harmony. Past us the scenes of the city, Fifth Avenue and Broadway, all the peoples doing all their Saturday things, the old stores, the abandoned stores, and this new and shiny city with its chic eateries and upscale clothing, and it's all okay. Ruins are old, stores are new, all things at all times, our bus running through it, all warp hole wormhole, blue skies from cloudy cold, Holland Tunnel, Verrazano, Wadsworth by the Bosporus, its old crumbling brick edifices, grass and weeds overlooking the harbor, to Fingerboard Road, yeah, like fretting a fingerboard, to the B-51 bus. Ah, the sea. We could see, we could feel, smell, sense that salt air was ahead. Past the Turkish Mediterranean eatery. To Father Capodanno. And there it was in its humbleness. The original, the South Beach Roosevelt Boardwalk, at its very beginning. We clambered up to see. A small woods to our left. Manhattan, Bay Ridge, beautiful. Hoffman and Swinburne Islands just up ahead. We could not believe it all. These beautiful islands. It's ours, we screamed, at the top of our lungs, out here in the quiet. Our paradise by the sea, smack dab in the middle of the city. And so we strolled up the boardwalk. An Indian family having a party on the beach, DJ and everything. Snack stand, last day of the season. We sat beneath the gazebo like retirees, therapeutically restoring ourselves. Gazed at the sea, the islands, the freighters, going by the cruise ships. We strolled some more past La Fin, fancy. Mostly nothingness. Mostly ball fields to our right, and the gorgeous ocean to our left. At the end of the boardwalk, we realized we were starving. The sun shone and the sky shot blue clear to the other side of the universe. Expanses upon expanses of infinite potential before us. Above us, really. We shot up north ourselves, Silver Bullet Train, across Harlem River, westward ho, to Tibbet Diner, eggs, coffee, orange juice, toast, out that door, up, 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 Spuyten Duyvil, Edsel Triangular Avenue, across the path to look at the vast expanse of the Hudson, south to north, blue sky, orange leaves, blue waters, passengerless ghost trains rolling by. I can hear that lonesome whistle. Sat on gold rocks under yellow sun, and back through woods. parched, vending machine not turned on. Upstairs, to Half Moon Bay overlook, to the Bronte houses, gasped at the sight of it, to the yellow and orange woods, walking, 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 blessing land and woods and trees and rivers and stones and dirt and squirrels and doggies and feral cats blessing us, abstracting out, tubes us, flowing, space, time, endlessly, and always. And around to Wave Hill, coffees and corn muffins resting in the sun, joined by good friends and little kiddos. The long, zigzag, windy hike through more woods, and up to the lily pond, the sun setting. Never enough time to bask in the beauty. Hudson flowing beneath the hill, and trees and flowers and bushes and shrubs and the greenhouse. We walk to a poor mouth, Irish, session, fiddle, guitar, accordion, concertina. We dine al fresco in the chilling night. Gorgonzola. On warm, balmy, misty waters, the humid air, the jet ski gangs, the sailboats, the ferries, the charter boats, Ellis Island, Liberty Island, Governor's Island, Buttermilk Channel, the old forts, the Parisian gifts, glittering with Liberty's torch, all green with my grandfather's name inscribed below. Cruising through the open air, with the mist rising over the far-off exotic isle, its verdant and quite beautiful green hills and snow-capped mountains rising up toward the center. Inside we encountered greenhouses guarded by dangerous thorns. They stabbed us, they drew blood. Rock water arches, edifices, step bridge, every angle another, meditation on the golden holy Buddha, glistening eternity of forms playing within forms. We strolled slowly. We sat for a long while in different places. And then we left. And on to the Tuscan garden. And before we knew it, we had to leave. And so we crossed the street to the shores of the blue and wondrous Aegean Sea. Its many wonderful tugboats and barges and jet skis and freighter ships drifting by, and behind the chugging of industry, we dined by the window. Spinach and fruit salad and sea bass dorado and key lime pie. And we sat outside for a while, taking in the cooling evening air, the 2 Canadian geese, the abandoned railroad. Purchased tickets, climbed the stairs, ate the egg sandwiches, saw the tattered, filthy old-looking paper sign that said, in effect, "You are going the wrong way. The bus is the other way." We followed directions, boarded the bus, whoosh, through tunnel, past Torres Past, to the Mill Creek Mall, prom girl, barely readable, awning in pink, very few cars, early morning still, Bob's Furniture, and right near the customer pickup point, the gateway to paradise. Bees and wildflowers and milkweed, all silky in its weird ionic pods, and water all around, and birds of all variety, en route to sunny Florida, and paths and vistas ahead of us, and a sign in the water for Eckerd's Point, a little wooden sign, and brush, and trees, and marshes, and wetlands, and rivers, and the sun bearing down, and a long, long walk all the way out, and then back along marvelous boardwalks, multiple choice paths. Which one? All of them. And then back to Bob's Furniture customer pickup point, like some kind of portal from a C.S. Lewis book we had returned. We had not aged, although we lived many lifetimes out in that marshy heaven, many adventures, many transmigrations of the soul. We continued our long, long journey into the corporate heartland of Secaucus, headquarters of a children's place, Starbucks, all these teens with passes around their necks, dressed in emo black, spending a day at the Harmon Meadows Expo Center. But we were on break and spending the time with us at Starbucks in downtown Secaucus. We continued across overpasses in the sunny heat, past Charlie's Corner, past Noches de Colombia, the Secaucus Museum somewhere nearby, all for a future excursion, it is hoped, when we will arrive from Snake Hill in the south, with its prized vistas of the entire river system, to an Italian bakery, a tomato bread, a Linzer cookie, wow, to Radio Road, with its 4 giant radio towers beside it in the marshes, and a park alongside them with a gazebo, past the Secaucus sewage treatment plant, with its attendant smells, and across the street from the town pool, past a tiny school in a tiny town and a ball field, to the Secaucus Greenway, 1.5 miles. Grasses everywhere, a long, long boardwalk, the river to our right, across the river, the soon-to-be-opened American Dream Super Mall, and behind it, MetLife Meadowlands Stadium. Mud River and tadpoles, millions of them beneath us in the water. Like Cape Cod, like the Everglades, we spotted a cute beaver sunning on the grass. He ran away from us and hid. Detoured through city streets and found our way back to the Greenway. Concrete sanctioned graffiti corridor by the river. And then out of the Greenway to a large, clean, nice hotel at 4 p.m. with an Italian restaurant inside. And it was open. And the food was delicious. Bean and pasta soup, zucchini and cheese, walnut and poached pear salad, baskets of bread, and lots of glasses of water. And then out back into Secaucus and past WOR, Channel 9 headquarters. If you grew up in the New York City, New Jersey area, that will mean something to you perhaps. The oddest of all the VHF channels. $1 Million Movie, Morton Downey Jr., The Richard Bay Show, From There to the Bus, and the traffic, and home. The air had cooled a bit and dried out somewhat. Let's go to the pier. We all walked over. A huge, cross-shaped pier filled with Puerto Rican flags and fishermen using whole chickens as bait. Others tossing mesh crab traps. Others illegally diving off the pier. Some gambling. A man selling cans of beer out of a grocery cart. Another man riding a bike selling peanuts. Another woman selling diced mangoes on a stick, looking like little flowers. Also a makeshift memorial. Also kites soaring way high, maybe a mile up. $1 round bread-battered fish cake, fresh as the ocean below us, and saltier than the hot dogs. We watched the sun set behind the buildings by the dock. outdoor dance party, electric glasses, electric braces, talcum powder, no splinters. Through our scritchiti-filled windows, we'll see Pumpkin Patch and Duck Point and Elders and Stony Creek marshes, also Blackwall and Yellow Bar and Silver Hole marshes too. Tall grasses with low-lying ticks and muskrats will cruise at top speed right through the rawns. We'll arrive ashore, a small spit of land, and board a bus to armed forces territory. We will dodge landmines and dress incognito and visit the ghost towns of Nike missiles pointed at Russians of days of yore. Sobered by the experience, we will travel back to a small town, walk to the Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuge, the land of 1,000 white swans and 1,000,000 black ducks and a few beavers, otters, possum, snapping turtles, airplane jet chemical trails overhead. It was evening. We were carrying armloads of Turkish groceries, weeds and dandelions. By the river, mud paths. We chased an otter in the shadow of the gleaming white basilica. Hindu gods and temples, Victorian houses, a gauntlet of mixed CD hawkers on the main artery, music blasting on the vibrant streets, discount clothing, old churches, savings banks, Portuguese hamburgers, war-ravaged Chinese restaurants, red brick buildings, hand-painted and thatched, skirted pina colada street trucks, Lebanese food, smoking hookahs, outside in the cooling evening. A lone man in the distance on the sidewalk in a cowboy hat. Rufus. Cosmic orchestrator. Man of many powers. Adorned cattle skulls. Lanyard and jewels. Painted board. Cowboy shirts. Leather jackets. Belts and wallets. Showed him the belt I bought from him 3 years ago. I remember you, he said finally. You came late in the afternoon, 3 years ago. Today was another magical day on the island of abundant beauty. First we ate brunch in a beautiful cafe with backdoor seating adorned with fake flowers. Then we wandered through a beautiful park overlooking the Verrazano and the waters below and the large ships there. Then we wandered to the 200-year-old fort, down winding paths to a place on a wall, by the water, where we mellowed out until the cops chased us away. Then we headed through a dark passageway into the fort itself and made it out before we were locked in there. Then we walked to the house where we looked at photographs inside and then sprawled out on the lawn by the waters. A beautiful green lawn with a tree surrounded by a bench. Then we walked to the majestic and mysterious grotto adorned with small stones where we smelled delicious barbecue. And then we finally trudged back where we dined like kings and queens. The island is abundant and overflowing. We knew nothing of where we were going. We did not try or grasp, and so our efforts flowed out of ourselves. A paradise was created instantaneously and miraculously. One of old forts and beautiful ship-filled waters and green lawns overlooking beaches and mysterious suburban grottos and some nice restaurants with outdoor seating in the back.